Everybody, it's Victor. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we do get ourselves a good November run. We got to be due, right? That's the gambler's fallacy. We haven't won in so long. It feels like an impossibility, but it also feels like it's an inevitability that we will have a banger run. Maybe it's today. I don't know. You've seen the thumbnail, so maybe there's a little bit of insight there, or maybe it's just going to be another November run. Either way, thank you all very much for all the support. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by On This Victor subreddit. Well, that's not their name. That's where it came from. From Administrative Ad 921. Title of the thread was "Great way to start the morning. Got my coffee, my puzzle, and Sinvicta up on the big screen." I absolutely love this. This is a little. I love the slight flex on the puzzles, but also the fact that there's two guitars. Really awesome living room setup. And in the thread they said, "Been watching your videos since around 2021. Helped me stay entertained on my first, second, and third deployments. So far, you're one of the two YouTubers I've been following for a prolonged period. You and Ethoslab. Glad I am able to have two sources of entertainment. Appreciate it, bruh." I can't remember what episode you said that on, but you mentioned how when streamers get a donation, how they don't sound sincere. Just say appreciate it, bro. It is true. They do say that. Cheers to you in more years. And then in parentheses, they also said you can use the pic and text in the video. Not sure if permission has to be mentioned. Most of the time, no. That is a good question, though. First off, thank you very much for being so long, a long member of the Mosh Pit Administrative Ad, and also for all your service. And secondly, what I will say, we have some tiers. I'm surprised that our tiers rate is so low, given the fact that we have Sad Onion. So 3-4, Yankee 1, Whiskey 8, Hotel 3 Sierra. But that actually brings up a very interesting kind of, it's not an issue, but it brings up an interesting thing. About the pictures that are submitted for the meme of the day. If you submit it on Reddit, it is a public forum, so I think it's considered to be since it's public, you're giving permission for the world to see. Now, obviously, I do exercise some precaution when it comes to people, particularly people's pictures with their kids, especially like young kids. Obviously, I know everyone gets excited about sharing with the Mosh Pit and maybe getting featured on a video, but there are certain things that regular people are not going to really think about. By regular people, I mean people who are not chronically online, who just watch YouTube for entertainment, and that's about it. And they may forget some stuff in the background. So I try to be vigilant and protect people, but I can't do it all the time. But I do my best. I always look at a picture before I post it here on the video, just to make sure, because I do want to make sure people are staying safe. You never know which psychos are out there these days. But that being said, though, yes, if you don't need, I don't think I need permission to Worm Buddy to post a picture that's been posted publicly on a forum. Now, if it was on a private forum or something like that, or a private Facebook page or something that I decided, or private Twitter that I decided to share, then it's probably up for debate. But I'm not a legal expert, so you have to ask somebody. But I just wanted to say that it's probably common knowledge that if you post something on a public forum, you're giving that person permission to do whatever they want in the world, even though it's a crazy, scary world these days. I am going to pick up Small Rock. I know we just got done talking about how Small Rock is kind of getting to the point now where it's sometimes blacklisted and other times not. It really just depends on what our base damage is, because we can... You take Small Rock, understanding the risk that if you take it, you're going to have bad movement speed. That's just the bottom line here. So this gets us back to base movement speed. And I recognize that, and that is a risk, but sometimes it's a worthy risk. And in this case here, where we already have a good amount of tiers to start with, slightly better than average. This also boosts our tiers rate and also gives us more damage, which is something that we definitely needed here. Now with Worm Buddy, I am encouraged. We've been dinging our donation machine quite a lot, and we're going to continue to do so, because I don't care about the 4.5 volt in this spot here, but I do care about the Soul Heart. Well, you know what? We'll hang on to the Hangman. I will buy one Bomba. There are plenty of Yaves. The Yaves. Apparently Alex really likes it when I put the southern drawl on that. Translate that in Spanish. First the Unknown. We're going to last week's question of the episode from the Spiral episode. This one came in from, I'm going to say, Christiana Valdemar. I hope I'm saying that correctly. They say, question the episode, we have the trinket smelter item. Where is the trinket gilder item? Being able to turn any trinket into gold and then holding it with mom's box would be sick. I absolutely love this idea, and honestly, I can't believe that it's not been done yet. 7 cents for a 7 cents for a hangman card is not particularly worth it. I think that room's a little bit of a bait for a bomb. It's a great bomb room, but we only have one, so. But yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea for an item room, or an item, just to give you the trinket gilder, or you know, something along those lines. Maybe the trinket cauldron, where you can gold plate it and then make any trinket gold. It gives you a huge layer of strategy that you can use to offset maybe some bad passive items. And then if you have the trinket smelter, obviously, or mom's box, then yeah, it's go time. So I absolutely love that idea. I'm definitely going to present that to Zombolas for sure. Not that I have any say in the matter of the design of Isaac, but give him ideas, you know, and if we do get a trinket gilder, then I will come back to this comment and hopefully not forget it, and then also give you credit, because that's an excellent item. I would have never thought about that. It's so obvious that it feels like it should have been done already. So great, yeah, that's a great question. I love it. I love that kind of stuff. But going back to Small Rock here, us having Worm Buddy really fundamentally changes the philosophy of this run in particular when it comes to picking up Small Rock versus maintaining our low movement speed, because of the way that Worm Buddy is going to immobilize targets and essentially try to keep us as safe as possible while letting us deal damage. We want to utilize and exploit those periods where Worm Buddy is holding on to a target and not let them go. We need to eliminate them as fast as possible. Small Rock allows us to do that without requiring us to hold on to our movement speed for safety. So that's the ultimate. That's sort of the big the big determinant factor of why I decided to go with Small Rock here. I think we only have one Soul Heart left, so let's hopefully not lose it here. We may have less than a Soul Heart. Now, Kidney Bean, which is our active item, should absolutely destroy Gemini here. Yeah, especially with Worm Buddy just holding him there like that. So fantastic fight. We get another Tears Up and shot speed up. Okay, game. Okay, we're going to have some Empty Vessel, well, which is not going to be active for a while, but it does give us 3 Soul Hearts, and you know, I hate to be cautiously optimistic here, but this is a fantastic start. Now I am going to go back and pick up, now that we have 2 bombs or 3 bombs, I am going to go back and get that 7 cents and then use the 2 of diamonds if there is something worthwhile inside of the shop. If I had to choose the secret room, yeah, it has to. Well, it could either be below the curse room or above the boss trap room. We know that it's not here based on that other room above the boss trap room. It could be here. I'd love to gain access to it. It's looking more and more likely like it is actually above the above that room there, below the curse room. So we're only going to get 1 crack at this. This is a higher likelihood, and it is there. So we can bomb our way into the... We can at least bomb our way into the curse room for free, which is nice. I would have much preferred to go into the boss trap room, but what can you do? Get a Soul Heart. We get some pills that I won't take, unless we get PH Dizzle in this shop. You Worm Buddy. But yeah, this is not a bad start at all. One of our better starts for the entire month, and I hate that that's not even an exaggeration, but I am going to... Well, I guess we don't have to use the 2 of diamonds yet. While yes, having a Hangman card is nice, let's not do a knee-jerk reaction to the current situation, and let's plan ahead. Is there something in the shop worthwhile that's using right to get right now? The answer is no. Now we could... If we get a nickel here, that would put us at 16, give us 32 cents. Now, that is probably worth doubling here. And even though the Ventricle Razor, we did have some... I mean, the Ventricle Razor's fine. Ooh. Diplopia sets us up for success later on. And then we get 2 keys and a bomb. So, yeah, Diplopia, this is a hedge bet into the future of this run, right? We're looking at spending money now to give ourselves a better chance to win later on in the run, whether that be next floor or the next lap. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully we get a good double deal on floor 3 and we get a couple guppy items. That's all we need is 2 guppy items in one deal, and then we're golden after that. So not sure where the super secret room is, and I don't really care at this point. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about Monday's episode where we were I basically told him, I said, man, I need to have more opinionated music statements. It really brings out the discussion in the comments section, because lots of people were upset that how I felt about Linkin Park not being considered Linkin Park without Chester, which I mean I gave respect to the group. You know, I gave respect to the new front woman. I think that she's very, very talented. But you know, just in my opinion, it's hard to call them Linkin Park. Now, people were bringing up some other bands that had different frontmans that I honestly wasn't aware of. The biggest one was AC/DC, and if you know me, if you know anything about me, you know that I absolutely hate AC/DC. So yeah, I would not have known that one. But like I said in that discussion, there are bands that can and do find success. It's rare to replace the frontman altogether, but I still maintain that it's, you know, I feel like they could have done maybe a different name or just an entire different band altogether, even though most people, including Mike, is still in Linkin Park. So just my opinion, but it is, you know, as with everything, you have an opinion on the internet and you're going to have 20 other people who are ready to argue it out with you. So as long as everyone remains respectful, that's all I care about. We had one person that didn't remain respectful, and they will be no longer with us. Just opinions, man. No need to get upset about it. All right, so we are going to be able to find the item room here. Now, there's nothing in an item room that would be worth doubling almost ever. You will almost never see a guppy item in there. And even then, a singular guppy item, these clown physics. Even then, I guess I'll take Mikor Mycosis. It's an item that I'm just not a huge fan of. There are certain times when I think it's an okay item, and there's other times where I feel that, man, I really wish that these tiers would just deal damage instead of just sticking to them and not dealing and doing damage over time. Now, the explosion damage you get out of Mucormycosis is significant. It does clear rooms very quickly if you can survive long enough for them to go off. This is probably a greed fight. No, it's not. Oh, but it's Keeper Sack. Ooh, brother. I mean, you talk about a room that needs no introduction to double there. Keeper Sack, and then also getting a Tarot Cloth. That is... Okay, we have a little bit of a... You know, you hear about QB controversies in the NFL. Well, right now we've got a Diplopia controversy. What are we going to do about this one? Well, it all comes down to the devil deal. If we don't get a devil deal, then it's just the shop wins by default. If we do get one, then the only way that I would take a Diplopia in the W over that shop, over that current shop, would be if there was 2 Guppy items or 2 Leviathan items in there. That would be the only thing that I would consider doing over that shop, because Keeper Sack, as we all know, is just it has been a part of all the most powerful runs since its inception in Repentance, and will continue to do so just because it is one of the best S tier items in the entire game. We do get a devil deal. Okay, it's getting interesting, but that is not a diplopiable devil deal. Sorry, Dry Baby. You know we love you. I'm glad that you replaced Brother Bobby and Sister Maggie, but yeah, you ain't no Keeper Sack, brother. I'm gonna place a bomb here without hitting the reroll machine, obviously. See if we get a nickel, and we do. It just adds a little bit more extra value here. And then we're going to Diplopia and get ourselves a Tarot Cloth, which is going to double the effect of our tarot cards. And now we also have enough money to buy another premium item here with that cloned nickel, which is great. Is muy bueno. Now I could buy Keeper Sack again, but there's no reason to do that. Let's get another premium item here. Okay. I mean, it's a premium item, but we don't have an active item anyway, so yeah. And who knows, right? Who knows? We might get something that could benefit us right away with Tarot Cloth with the deck of cards. So it's not the worst thing that could have happened. It's just I was hoping for something a little bit better. We do get 5 bombs out of this, so that's fine. So yeah, great stuff there. The only downside to Keeper Sack is that it doesn't give you a Tears upgrade. That's the only thing wrong with the item, and that's not even something wrong. It's just pointing out one thing that it does not do. It does everything but the kitchen sink, and the kitchen sink in this case being a Tears upgrade. But what it does do, if you don't know, it does give you stats, random stats based on how much money you spend at once, whether it be in the shop, whether it be in a Keeper shop, whether it be in a random shop that pops up. As long as you spend money, it converts it into stats. That's all you need to know. And it's a very, very, very good item. And one that I'm happy to see because we need the stats right now. I'm going to go into the curse room and we get Shade, which is an item that exists in the Binding of Isaac. It certainly is. Yeah. Not going to pass up the Devil card. The Devil card is 4 damage in one room, and that's with the Tarot Cloth. Tarot Cloth doubles the effect, like I said, of any tarot cards, which has a myriad of benefits, particularly when you're talking about anything that spawns HP, whether it be the Lover's card, Hierophant card, Reverse Hierophant card. It's just good. Now, it used to double all card effects, and it doesn't anymore. Okay, we don't need any more tower cards here. So that's the second one in a row. Oh, we can get into the vault for the cost of 1 bomb, and that's real nice. And money now becomes extremely important. It was already important, but now it's extremely important here with Keeper Sack. That means that every single cent that we see is going to be converted into stats at some point for the entirety of this run. Take the Finger Bone, which is going to give us a 3% chance to Mucor Mycosis just saved us from a hit there, by the way. Because that top wall crawler was definitely going to hit us. I trapped myself against the fire, which was dumb. So don't do what Sinvicta does, as always. Fancy dodging here. We get Serpent's Kiss. Okay, Serpent's Kiss did appear last week, so I mean, history repeats itself. We are given a chance here to really take off. If we end up finding the Book of Shadows, if we end up finding the Sigil of Baphomet, anything like that that can allow us to deal contact damage and kill enemies with it while they're poisoned with Serpent's Kiss, that will give us a almost guaranteed Black Soul Heart drop. So, Magoose to that. No money to spend, unfortunately, here. I do have... Well, let's go. Let's take the... Take the Devil card here. Totally forgot it was Curse the Maze, by the way. Devil card's going to give us a very nice boost of damage here. Champion Frail is already dead. Yeah. And we have a Sun card. Great. All right, 67% deal with the Devil. There's a mini boss on this side of the floor, which we might as well go to. There's also a curse room, which I don't want to go into yet. And also there's a double boss, a double trouble boss. So this could be bad. And that right there is the reason why I did not want to go in the curse room. So with Serpent's Kiss now, as you see, it poisons enemies, but... Ooh, thank you very much for the 3 Soul Hearts, Super Sloth. Now we can go in the curse room. It does poison enemies with your tears, but unfortunately that has been nerfed to the ground a few years ago now, actually. And in the good version, what could happen is that it was any enemy that was poisoned by Serpent's Kiss, regardless of contact damage or tear damage, would actually give you that chance of getting a Black Soul Heart if they died. And so you can imagine how out of control that got in a hurry. Of course, the devs didn't like that because it was deemed too fun and too easy, so they decided to nerf it to only contact damage now, which is still great. It's still great, but not as great as it used to be. Definitely need, if we can get Mama Mega here. I mean, we've got Boss Rush still as a chance, but I wouldn't pass up a free floor, to be honest. Lover's Card, don't really care about that. There's no sacrifice room here. We don't have D-Bizzle. This is a global D20, which I should have really used, or not a global, sorry, a in the room D20. I should have used that Lover's Card in here. That would have given us a couple more things to roll. We did get a couple more cents. And honestly, Deck of Cards has not really, has been doing well for us. Very well for us, actually. It's kind of an undersung hero of a lot of runs. It's a run, it's an item that doesn't get enough recognition for its good work sometimes. Easy to forget. We get a little Gish here, which, yeah, you know, little Gish he's there. He's better than Shade, I can tell you that. I think Shade is very not great. I would have much preferred Shade just mirror Isaac 1-to-1 for his movement. Or do that thing like doppelgangers do, which is just hang out on the opposite. Sort of like an Abel effect, but for Shade instead of a familiar. I think that would actually be useful, and also firing would be amazing. Imagine if Shade was like Abel, but it maintained all of Isaac's tier effects and all of Isaac's properties. I mean, that item would be amazing. I would take it every single time. It just doubles your damage and gives you a crossfire, which may or may not be that worth it, depending on the situation, obviously. But I still think that would make a great item. We're gonna get a key and movement speed upgrade here from Constellation Prize. What is going on with these? Okay, game, you done? There's Guppy's tail. Now my Shadow is the superior version of Shade, and if we end up getting, you know what? Give me my Shadow. I don't usually take my Shadow all that often by itself, but in this situation, I honestly think that we could do something interesting if we end up getting the Sigil of Baphomet. That could give us some good eats there. With I mean, it all revolves around Serpent's Kiss. If we get Sigil of Baphomet, it's go time. Super Secret Room should be here. We get the Flat Penny, which is great. That's going to help offset the fact that we have Guppy's tail now. And I was just getting ready to say this is guaranteed to give us Mama Mega, and turns out that is a factually incorrect, factual statement. I'm pretty sure that that's not a word, but I'm gonna pretend like it is. It sounds right. There we go. So we get a lucky penny, and since we have Boss Rush under wraps now, I am gonna check out this. We might as well do the full clear here. I gotta see what's inside of this mob trap room, not boss trap room. There you go. So my Shadow is that little tiny shadow that you see following us around, and any enemy that crosses that will spawn a Shadow Grub. Now, why would that have any meaning with Sigil of Baphomet or Serpent's Kiss? Well, the way that Sigil of Baphomet works, which again is an item we do not have right now, but if we did, the way it works is that if anything dies in your presence in the room, it triggers Sigil of Baphomet, giving you that 0.5 second or half second invincibility shield. So imagine a scenario where we have all these very temporary and very fragile creatures crawling around on the ground, and they are dying left and right. That is basically giving you an almost perma Sigil of Baphomet effect. And then on top of that, since we have the shield, we can just walk around dealing contact damage to stuff, and guess what happens? Yeah. It's infinite HP. We've seen it before. It's a fantastic synergy. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen in this episode. It'd be great if it did. It'd be a very good setup to a very broken combo, one of the very few left in the game, very. But I doubt it. We'll see, though. We'll see. Maybe we're speaking into fruition. Who knows? So Mama Mega, boom! So Mama Mega is going to basically clear the entire... to basically clear the entire level for us, or floor for us, including giving us access to the boss rush room. Now we also already have the hermit card, so we are absolutely set in terms of boss rush. We can get in, get out, no problem at all. I want to see more money though here, because we only have one shop left. I'm about to break everything you say. See, Linkin Park's. Who knew that the series had so many Linkin Park references? We only have one ship left on this run for now, anyway. Ooh, oh baby. I mean, that Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper, one of the best tier effects in the entire game. Hoping that we get some. Okay, game. If you could give us some chests that we could get here, that'd be great. No black soul hearts at all from any of these skulls. There's our Fool card. Thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Shop now. We've already bombed our donation machine, so I don't mind doing this. I just hope there's not a reroll pedestal in there. I really hope there's not a greed fight in there, which of course there very well could have been, but there's not. I'm gonna buy a placebo only purely for the fact that we have Keeper Sack, obviously. There we go. Mama Mega, the only thing that can destroy bomb beggars. All right, so, and yes, I did notice that we lost we did lose our hermit card. Don't worry, I saw it. Now, of course, there was no reason for us to go into the shop until after we used the hermit card, but here we are. I want to go into the curse room, I guess. Let's go into the curse room just to see what's in there. It is going to cost us one of our soul hearts. I just didn't want to go in here with just one. Oh wow, we didn't get the iframes for that game. Ghost baby. Wow, not a single black soul heart. Not a single black soul heart from an entire level's worth of skulls. That is... I mean, you'd think I'd be surprised, but I'm not. I'm going to take the Fool card and not the Hermit card because I need to go back and get that Sun card. And that just saves us the trip because look how far away that Sun card is from the shop. We need to make sure we don't kill Mom here. We just need to go straight into the boss rush room. If we had killed Mom in that room, then what would have happened is that we would have inadvertently cost ourselves the devil deal, because we would cost ourselves either the devil deal or cost ourselves the boss rush, which is the whole entire dang point of Mama Mega. Had we killed Mom and the devil deal popped up, we would need to go to one or the other. There's obviously no guarantee that we're going to be able to get the back into the devil deal. Even if we go into boss rush, leave, and then come back, the devil deal might be closed, so it's just not worth the risk. Now we have a Sun card, and we have to fight Mom again, which shouldn't be that much of a problem. Our DPS is quite nice, thanks to Keeper Sack. Of course, Stigmata was a nice upgrade, too. And I am going to take the Polaroid, because, damn it, we need a good victory lap. And Curse of the XL. So if there was an opportunity for the game to screw us out of our devil deal chance and the long shot possibility of a guppy item, there you go. Because now, instead of us getting a guaranteed, assuming that we missed the guppy, or assuming that we missed the devil deal on Womb 1, we still had a guaranteed chance of getting it on Womb 2, because the chance would have gone up to 100% by then, since we did not qualify for it on the previous 2 floors now. But now with XL, you may notice that our devil deal chance has stayed at 67%. It's acting like we were on Womb 1 for the percentage, even though technically we're on Womb 2. Does that make sense? Good. And we may not even get that chance if we take Red Heart damage here. So that is... I'll take Blood Clot. Be careful in here. We don't want Worm Buddy accidentally triggering one of these jerks. I cannot believe that the entirety of Depths 2 had zero soul hearts out of the skulls. That's just... That one's still sitting with me. Mr. Fred? Fire? Fire? You be going the wrong way there, buddy. Thank you. Not sure what was up with that. Another basic HP upgrade. We gotta burn down. It lives quickly here. But you know what's happening? It's mucormycosis that's moving. Yep, and there it goes. So congrats, game. You successfully screwed us out of 2 Devil Deals by giving us an XL floor. And there we go. And that is why I absolutely hate XL floors and why you should as well. There is absolutely no benefit to XL floors outside of starting on the first and second floor with them. It saves you 1 key. Big whoop. Or if you're a speedrunner, then yes, XL floors are actually pretty OP. But if you're a normal person who plays this game normally, it's terrible. And I will never relent on my crusade to show people and explain why XL floors are just so incredibly bad for your runs. I say these fortune-telling machines have not been great. And looks like this one is no different. The Mom's Kiss would give us an emergency HP upgrade should we need it. Hopefully we don't. Super secret room, which tells me we might be actually... Oh, no, it's the regular secret room. I take that back. I was going to say, we might actually be going the right way, but... Shout out to Flat Penny for canceling out the presence of Guppy's Tail, by the way. Guppy's Tail, if you did not know, reduces the spawn rate of keys in lieu of chests for room completion rewards, and it can be very detrimental to your runs, depending on if you are looking to open up some chests. There is our first Black Soul Heart there, and that's what we honestly need to start doing, is utilizing Serpent's Kiss. We've talked about it a lot, but using it to our advantage here. If we take damage, we need to be punishing the game by making contact with them, so we can get a just so we can get a chance for that Soul Heart. Now I'm gonna leave that Soul Heart there because I want to preserve it for the next floor. Not that there's a Devil Deal or anything like that to maintain, but I just want to make sure that we have some level of protection. We can always go back and get red hearts. There's a double red heart in that Demon Judgment room, so. I like to go clockwise here with Stanley. Of course, the game cannot resist throwing one of those bomb lamprey flies right in our face at highest speed, right at the end. It always happens. All right, so let's get rid of this. I don't care about this Demon Judgment. I don't care about the blue fires. We're not going to get anything out of them anyway. Get back to full HP. We have a Soul Heart. And... ladies and gentlemen of the Mosh Pit, we actually might have a victory lap on a Binding of Isaac run in the month of November 2025. Who are we and what do we do with Sinvicta runs? All right. Abba Dabba Ding Dong. Mom's Knife. Purgatory and Pentagram. This gives us 2 or 3 for Leviathan. Also activates Empty Vessel. I'm gonna take everything here. Hey, look, we've been starved for a good run in November. All right. We need this. The channel needs this. The mosh pit needs this. I need this. Now, what's great about activating Empty Vessel here is whenever it does proc and we get that shield, remember, the item of the day that we have not really used yet has been Serpent's Kiss. So we will be able to deal contact damage and poison things, and then hopefully with enough luck and enough damage, we'll be able to kill those poison things before the Empty Vessel shield runs out and hopefully get us a bunch of HP, which of course we just went through and then just didn't have. Now, that being said, I didn't really mean to take Empty Heart there. I wasn't really paying attention, and that immediately ruins this. It ruins this the strat, because with Empty Heart, it's always going to have a. It's always going to give us an HP upgrade. Wow, we went straight to Lamb too. Although that being said, it doesn't technically ruin the strat yet if we end up being able to remove the red heart container from. Or the heart from the red heart container that we get from Empty Heart. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about here, baby. Yeah. Empty Vessel. I mean, any shield item mixed with My Shadow is just incredible. And we absolutely domed Lamb here. Warm Buddy doing his thing. Look at that. Look at that. Mosh Pit, we have ourselves a November victory lap. Holy moly. I can see, oh, and the Shadow's doing the thing again. November, Sierra Alpha Zulu 2 Victor, Quebec. So you see the Shadow kind of glitching out right now. Gonna save your eyes and mine. Just hit the escape key or the back button, whatever. Go to the main menu and then it will correct itself. It only happens on a victory lap. Yeah, so right now, technically, we still have Empty Vessel locked and loaded, even though we do have a red heart container. Empty Vessel works if and only if you have 0 red hearts in your possession. For HP, anyway. There we go. Oh, man. Champion's Belt. Champion Belt. I am going to take School Bag first. I really hoping there was going to be a nickel in there, but there wasn't. We can get into the curse room for free. No reason not to do that. There we go. Let's get this. If we can get this 4 cents here with Keeper Sack, that's going to be great. We get 3 cents. Champion Belt, that's going to be a ton of damage. And there it is. We got him. Hey, Leprosy's kind of whatever. So let's go take Champion's Belt. And we also have the School Bag, so now we can have 2 Space Bar items. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Look at that damage now. 13.64. Who would have thunk it possible? Bob's Curse for the second Bob item, which is ironically the same Bob item. There we go. Get a movement speed upgrade. We do not want to pick up any red hearts if possible, because, again, we want to maintain that Empty Vessel shield, which is only going to get harder and harder with the ever-increasing amount of red heart upgrades that we're getting from the Empty Heart item. But it's still nice to have the option if we somehow are getting in trouble with our HP. Empty Heart's just going to give us the ability to just have it's almost like a better Maggie's Faith in a way. Ooh. Now Crystal Key, on the other hand, hang on now. Crystal Key could potentially get us into some red rooms, which could also give us a potential ultra secret room play. So here you go. There's me poisoning stuff. It did open a red room here, although that doesn't really look like it would be where the ultra secret room would be. But it did save us a key, so, you know, Hey, little victories. Piggy bank. I don't mind piggy bank here. Take that. We got a 0.54 damage upgrade and more range as well. Secret room. Oh, no, it's not secret room. Usually it would be right there. But it's not because this is the super secret room. Eternal Heart. Probably shouldn't have done that. But honestly, we're so powerful at this point that we don't really need to use the Serpent's Kiss strat. I do want Void. Hot take. I honestly don't think that we need Death's List or Death's Touch. That might be a little bit of a controversial take there, but I don't think that we need it. We have the damage. We have Keeper Sack, which will keep us fed with damage. Yeah, I don't think we need it. Another food for thought moment as well is, remember, we don't have any extra life. Oh, Spin Dizzle. Now we're getting interesting. If we get Spin Down die here, we can have Void as well as Spin Down, and that is a really strong combo here. There's a golden pill. Golden pill plus placebo could be interesting. It won't be, but it could be. Ah.
Experimental pill. Paralysis. Pheromone. Bombs are key. Bad trip.
Okay. Don't know what we learned there. We gained a lot of keys thanks to that bombs are keys. I can see Forever also kind of opened our eyes a little bit. We also swallowed the crystal key. Shot speed doesn't really matter because obviously we have Mom's Knife. I would like to get Empty Vessel back just for the simple fact that I want flying. And okay. Thank you. Don't think this gets you off the hook yet, November. I don't want you sitting here. You're kind of sitting on this run thinking that everything's okay here. We never forget. As the House of Mosh Pit's decree saying, we never forget. The Mosh Pit never forgets. We're going to get Spin Down. Spin Dizzle is happening here, game. However long it takes us to get it is up to you, but it's happening. One way or another, it's happening. Shard of Glass is Shard of Bad, but we can void it for some stats, and we did. We need more money. Guess technically we could do that as well. Take some damage with the piggy bank. Not ideal though. Oh, we've gone backwards. Oh, it's because it's also Curse the Maze thanks to yeah. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, Void's ready to go. Got more money, so we got 5 more pulls on the claw machine for Spin Dizzle. Take Glass Eye, and then we're going to not void Spin Down. That would be very foolish. You pretty much never want to void any dice other than the D20. If you void a reroll pedestal item, dice that is, you're not doing anything. Void is just going to consume the item regardless after rerolling it. Here we go, spin dizzle, baby. The spin down die is going to give us the ability. Ooh, it's going to give us the ability to spin down items for the next item down in the item details. Wow, back to back like that. And sure, one more maybe. So this spins down into Diplopia again. So with Diplopia now, we can go into that shop. It's over, not down there, but over here. And let's see if there's anything. Well, first off, what we should do is we should fight the boss. Again, in the hopes that we get a good... Oh, yeah. I already did. Yeah. Let's go in here. Honestly, Deep Pockets ain't bad. Deep Pockets ain't bad. We definitely need the money, so I'm willing to take it here. And then, obviously, we're not going to go... We're not going to forget our dear friend Spin Dizzle now. That would be the ultimate gaff. Then we can void bad PhD. And we got range and shot speed back. So, yeah. Things are looking up. But spin down is one of the best items in the game, as it allows you to have access to items you normally wouldn't have access to thanks to its mechanic. And very happy to have it here because, again, we've been needing a solid dub here. Golden bomb, 2 golden bombs. I am going to use the temperance machine. No, that could have been brimstone, you idiot. Well, I'm still going to activate Empty Vessel here. That could have been Brimstone, but honestly, Knife Stone is kind of mid for me. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but I'd rather have one or the other, not both. Kind of boring. I know. Ooh, the delicious irony of saying something's boring while liking Mom's knife. Ooh. Look, I'm on to you, YouTube. I know how you act. I know how you operate. Can't fool me. I'm gonna take Twinkie Twinkie though. And honestly, I wouldn't mind having the Book of Secrets. If we can get another full charge here. Oh, another claw machine. If we can get another full charge for Spin Dizzle, that would allow me to void the Book of Secrets, which would give us some kind of soft mapping, and I'm down for that. Ooh, man. Cricket's body, or Cricket's head on this run here. That was a Bombfly super jump right there, by the way. Okay, so you know how we said that we just needed a full charge? Notice how the game's not giving us any combat rooms right now? Yeah, that's deliberate. So we have a little bit of a dilly of a pickle that we're in right now. We can either void Book of Secrets to give us flying, or we can make more damage for us. Or not flying, sorry, mapping. Honestly, I'm still going to do that. But we need to put this down first. Wait, no, I don't. What am I talking about? We just swap over here. There we go. Yeah. Look, don't listen to me. It's early in the morning. Okay, so now let's see what else we can get. Maybe we'll get deck of cards again. That'd be funny. It wouldn't be that funny, but wire coat hanger. And that does turn into a second Guppy item, but we would need 2 full charges, which I don't think is going to happen at this point. You never know. I'm going to take Wire Coat Hanger, though, just for the Tears upgrade. Not that it really matters. Vin Dizzle. Number 1 is obviously not something that I'm going to take with Mom's Knife. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. In this run here, we just don't need it. Mom's Knife 2020 will be more than enough damage to handle everything. Speaking of which, there's more damage there with Mom's Ring. Okay, so what we can do is I can actually... Whatever item comes out of the Soul of Lilith, I think I can void. Yeah, look at that. But you didn't know that, did you? But now you do. You learned something today, Poindexter. Honestly, I didn't even see that pooter there. So we're going to need 1 more full charge to make a second Guppy item happen. I don't want my reflection for Mom's Knife. I'm gonna go for it. We get this half heart. This takes us down to empty vessel shield status. And let's see if we can maybe... it's going to be a miracle. We would have to find a yellow champion with a full charge at this point. I don't think it's going to happen here. It was a great idea, but we just ran out of rooms. Like Squeezy here. Not for the Tears upgrade necessarily, but just for the Soul Hearts. Then... Yellow and Dark Arts are not what I want. So now you can kind of see what I was talking about. Empty vessels, or not empty vessel, but empty hearts starting to become a problem here with our HP. So we need to make sure we keep our red hearts down, and the only way to do that is to take Devil Deals here. So I am going to take this. This is going to give us Leviathan, which is great for the Pact. I'm going to take the Book of Sinvicta as a full charge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to void both of these, as neither one of them really give us anything I really care about. And then we have a full charge for the Spin Dizzle. So we're going to do this. While it's in the air, we hit void. So now we also have the Book of Sinvicta. We have the Book of Sin along with the Book of Secrets every time we use Void. And like this. Oh. He's done it. The red door open thanks to the crystal key. Another one here. Still hoping and there we go. I was just going to say we haven't seen an ultra secret room yet, but we have now. Well, thank you, Curse the Maze. Appreciate it. Now we're just swimming in keys, swimming in everything here, except HP. And also, I'm really tired of these little pot shots here, game. So every item room is an opportunity for Spin Dizzle to go insane here, and this one's no different. Well, it doesn't really help us, but if we can get 3 more full charges, we will have Sacred Heart. However, I don't think that's going to happen. We can always hope, right? Surely that miracles exist out there. Maybe we get a full charge in the shop. We roll a couple times. Bingo, bango, bongo. We got ourselves a Sacred Hearto. We get Pentagram here. Is a double deal, which we've already been into. Come on, please be the secret room that has a bunch of full charges in it. It is not. Man, I wish that we would have had. I wish I would have kept Sharp Plug. And there's fortunately no full charges in here, so the Sacred Heart Dream is dead. Or is it? No, it is dead because I cannot void Spin Down. It doesn't do anything. Now we need 2 more full charges. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh wait, no, you know what? We didn't do the mob trap room. I skipped that golden chest. Oh, baby, it is possible. It's totally possible we can get Sacred Heart here. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we should be able to get Sacred Heart. And I'm not thanking November for this one because this was all thanks to Spin Down. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We haven't gotten it yet. It could be one final troll here. We need 1 combat room out of these 2 to get Sacred Heart. Surely they both won't be non-combat. Okay. There we go, and I'm glad that I saved this challenge room here. Unless if I bung up the places of Void and Spin Down die, or accidentally hit the spacebar before getting Sacred Heart, there's no way that we can't get Sacred Heart here, right? There's a library. Oh, I was hoping it's going to be the Book of Shadows. Well, we can void these, at least. I mean, we just have a whole bunch of books now tied to void. I'm going to switch to void so I don't accidentally hit spacebar while we're on our way to Sacred Heart here. Just taking every anti-Sinvicta precaution. Spin Dizzle. Sacred Hizzle. Bam. There we go. And who would have thunk in the month of November, not October, 2025, we would get ourselves Sacred Heart. Somehow, we may not make boss rush here. Sacred Heart absolutely crushes the damage. It gives you homing. It does everything you want it to. And what more can you say about my second favorite item? My second favorite item in the game. I mean to take that half heart there. I didn't want to, but strangely enough, I feel like we still have a chance of making boss rush, but we gotta hurry though. Big fan? I'm not a big fan. This is all kinds of I don't care. We are going to be able to make boss rush. Time to spare, actually. Well, unless we get a devil deal, I need to go. Yeah, time to spare. We didn't get a devil deal. Boss rush is the D4. Musty blood, neither of which rolls down into anything I care about, so we're just gonna head on down. What a run here to kick off the midweek in the mosh pit. Thank goodness, man, because it was getting sad around here. You know, I was really feeling I was getting some June vibes from November. That's not a good thing at all. June is not a month that we want to remember in Isaac terms anyway, for the luck that we get and just the quality of runs. It's all bad. In November, I think I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the way that things were going, oh my goodness. The way that things were going for November, it felt like it could have been even worse than June, which is almost insane to think about. But you would have to be a longtime fan of the channel to understand that. You would have, well, I guess you would have had to been at least a subscriber since June of this year. And even then, this year's June wasn't nearly as terrible as it was last year. In June 2024 was one of, if not the worst, collectively, the worst month of runs that we've ever seen in the channel's history. It was bad. It was real bad. 75% deal with the devil, by the way. It was so bad. How bad was it? It was so bad that I had to make a community post apologizing for how bad it was. And it was really affecting a lot of aspects of the channel, to the point where people were also unsubscribing from the channel because the runs were so terrible. We don't have to act in here yet. I would love to get Crown of Light, but the problem is we don't have we don't have a full charge. So we can take Guppy's Eye, I guess. 2 or 3 for Guppy. Fortunately, Revelation and Mom's Knife do not have a synergy, although that would be very cool if it did. Leave you have my stapler. We have an ultra secret room. Another bad PhD. Like, I'm not taking a game. I don't care how many times you show it to me and how many benefits you say it has. I don't care. Here, this is what I think of your false PhD. Ready? I think false PhD is actually a very good item in the right situation, where you have stats to spare. We done did an entire episode on the benefits of bad PH Dizzle. One of the few turnaround items in Judging of Isaac. There we go. Now it goes, it lives. We can come in here, and I am going to take Athame. I don't care. We don't need a second. We need a second deep pocket. So Devil Deal closed. So yeah, no real reason to go to Old Hushy here. I think that with us having a victory lap run, I'm going to be happy with that. That is more than enough for me. Starting to get nice and cold outside. I'm looking forward to doing a little early morning Grimstram for the Mosh Pit here on Twitch. And you know, it feels good to get one of these. out of the way, like get that monkey off our back for November, because it was bumming a lot of people out that we just keep getting these truly heinous runs, and some of them haven't even been that bad in terms of items. It's just that our stats, one way or another, have been just atrocious in some of these November runs. So it's very, very refreshing to finally get ourselves a halfway decent run here. And I'll take it. I will take it. I know the Mosh Pit will as well. We've been hungry for a win. Extravagant win. Yeah. That doesn't really turn into anything we want. Although, I mean, the battery is okay. That's all right. It helps us it helps us be a little bit more efficient with our energy on our active items, but it's not that big of a deal. Allows us to bank a second charge. Wondering where the second Rotten Baby came from, by the way, is from Monster Manual, which we, if you recall, voided with Void in that one library. And we are going to go for the dunk here. So very happy that we got a win like this. It was a good time, and shout out to Spin Dizzle for making this happen, because it was without Spin Down Die, we would have had still a very good run, but nothing like you see here. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you all had a great start to your Wednesday. I mean, hell, how could we not, right? Ball Pit's been insane, Mega Bonk has been insane, and of course now Isaac maybe he's starting to feel a little bit of the holiday spirit early here in November. Maybe that's the problem, is that people have been celebrating Christmas too early. It's not even freaking December yet. So thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to pages of mine like Jacob Tatman, Dad of Two, Pokesticks, and Nate Meldick. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.